the name of that jig?
It's the Gin Genie because someone had gin yesterday and it might have been me.
It might have been a lot of gin.
I know somebody else who had gin yesterday and ended up spending the entire night throwing up. Your girlfriend.
That's true. She did have gin in that cocktail. Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. Welcome to episode 166 of the Chanaran podcast. With me is my illustrious bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fusco.
That's me.
And our fantastic guest, Mr. Trevor Takahashi.
What's going on?
Of the City of Angels Pipe Band.
The new and improved.
New and improved City of Angels Pipe Band. But before we talk about that band, I'm going to give you all 5 seconds to listen to something else besides my voice and the dogs barking outside. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fucking shit-ass, bitch, fuck, cock-ass, cunt, motherfucking...
Fuck.
I had a long night.
Didn't we all, man? You know, Trevor had a long night, too.
Oh, we're going to get into that. Listeners can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, everywhere where you get podcasts. You can send us emails and voicemails at chanarant.com, and you can even leave voicemails via call-in at 702-483-7762. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat. Check out the Chanarant store at chanarant.com, and this episode is brought to you. You know by who? You know who is brought to you by?
MacLellan Bagpipes?
And also our patrons.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Those wonderful people who for $5 a month subscribe to watch this bullshit at patreon.com/Chanarant. Look at that. Go. See, I even got the fucking ad read right. Last but not least, invite, share with your friends. Fusco.
That was a lot.
It's even open, so it's me, I guess.
I guess so.
You know what really gins my cocktail?
What puts gin in your cocktail, Josh?
It's 3 people who partied way too fucking hard last night somehow coming together and doing a podcast. Trevor, tell us about your evening, my friend.
It was supposed to be like, a beer at McLeod, a very, very mellow thing, which ended up being 2 beers, and then, going back to a friend's house, and then it was just the whiskey bottle opens, and, after that, it's over. It's over. It's like, it doesn't matter if I'm like, hey, it's beer only. It's like,
everything after the...
Absolutely. And it's like, hey, wait, I was done with that. And she's like, I just filled it up again. I'm like, this is like a bottomless mimosa brunch where you just never know how many you had because the glass never goes
in.
Like,
exactly. Yeah.
That should be the new shirt for the Chanarant store. Should be mine the thoop.
How are you gonna spell that? How are you gonna spell that though? It's
like that's how do you onomatopoeia?
You had the best intentions. You're like, if we just stick to beer, we're gonna be okay. And then she was like, nope. Let's open the whiskey.
Absolutely, just a complete U-turn.
Famous last words.
That's what here at the Chanarant podcast we call that a full send.
Yeah. Oh man, like I would be so much better of a person if I just stuck to the beer. Like it's always when the whiskey happens, and then I'm like, no, I can control it when I'm drunk. No, I can't.
False. You were carried out.
Which reminds me, we haven't told the aftermath of last week yet, the Beer Boy Brad episode.
I don't think we can tell that story because it might be an active crime scene.
Yeah. Let's not tell that part, but
it might be an active hate crime.
We went out after that show and got blathered.
I was fine.
Yeah, none of the rest of us were. I got paid in cash for a gig that day and was like, let's go get drunk.
Oh,
I was spending some money that night.
You were of a singular mind.
I really was. Yeah. I was like ready to go.
Like, let's go get trash. I was like, all right. Like, kind of have a lot of accoutrement.
We could tell Josh's mood by the fact that he's like, we're gonna drive separate, so he can go home when he wants to go home. I was like, no, we're all gonna go in Brad's car. He's
dude,
like, nope.
I almost made it out too. I was that close.
Yep.
I was that close to freedom. I almost achieved bagpipe freedom. This episode brought to you by
by the Piper's Dojo. So anyway, we're a little rough, but we got started on time, which is great.
Well,
shocking.
Yeah,
well, sort of on time.
We always start on time, but
I don't know. I don't always, but
Yeah.
the show might. But
the look on your face when you walked in last week and we were already doing the show, and I was like, dude, we start. Like, we're going.
Oh no, I knew because I got a notification on my YouTube. I was at your door like knocking. I'm like, what the fuck?
I
like,
did
what?
text Court to let you.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck's going on? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Kelly covered more. Thanks, Kelly. You're the best.
So we already kind of talked about Patreon, but we do have 2 new patrons. Do you want to give them a quick shout out, my friend?
Thanks, Zach and Mike, for joining or rejoining. I'm not sure which, but a couple new patrons.
Maybe their credit card expired.
Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I can't keep track. But we always appreciate our patrons here.
Dude, that's what keeps
Channer.
literally keeps the light on.
The big red light. Trevor, you haven't seen that yet, have you?
I really love that. You know, I think it's a merch item. Like, I feel like it would be successful.
Well, you should check out the logo hat that's on the store
It's exactly that.
because it's literally the exact same.
And it lights
artwork.
up.
So
Well,
the
no.
next one that I'll do in the next 6 months is I want to do exactly that logo, but like in a spray paint graffiti style where it's kind of like bleeding down the hoodie.
That's not a bad idea. I like
I
that
like
idea.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that in a bit. I've been busy. I've been busy slinging burgers, dude.
Have we talked about your new job yet?
Well, it's not really a job because I get paid under the table.
Well, it's just like everything in life nowadays. It's what do they call it? It's the
gig.
gig economy.
It's a side hustle.
It's a side hustle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for you, it's your main hustle because there is no main hustle.
I got side hustle. I'm still getting bagpipe gigs, which is okay.
Well, yeah, sure.
I'm still getting. Oh my god, I have this audio editing gig that is a fucking nightmare.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's just like little things. There's. Trust me,
Shit
it's
happens.
a little bit of a homemade rig.
It is. As professional as we are set up, it really goes horribly wrong every time. But that's okay.
That's why you need the idiot savant.
Stress on idiot.
But yeah, no, I don't know if we've talked about. So I've been working on a food truck.
Yeah. Catering. Like that's the fancy word for it.
Mostly catering gigs because it's usually like private. Oh my god! So I've done 2 First Fridays.
Have you really? What is that like?
Let me tell you.
Ooh. Explain to the audience what first and
Yeah.
Trevor what First Friday is.
So First
What kind of
Friday,
food? I need to know what kind of food this is also.
barbecue.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So First Friday is like deal me in, boss.
Yeah, go ahead.
So First Friday is like once a month on the first Friday of the month. Traditionally, there's a street fair in Las Vegas. When I was younger,
It's very arts related, right?
well,
or at least it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be. So like when I was younger, it used to be all arts and punk rock through like Main Street and Casino Center. You remember that shit?
Yeah, I used to go. I haven't been in.
Like
5
you used
years.
to like break into places and like throw punk shows.
Right,
It was insane. Nowadays, it's a food truck fair in the Artifice parking lot,
Right.
which is dog ass.
That's all it is. There's like it's so lame now.
so fucking lame now.
And maybe you can walk through the arts factory, whatever they call that one.
Oh my god! And like the music is insane. Like we this poor son of a bitch that was playing.
They had live music,
Sort of.
sort of. Okay.
So like, the guy last month, because like this was the last month the truck's gonna do it for a bit because it's just too goddamn hot. I mean, it was 130 degrees in the truck. It was insane.
But it's at night, right? Or did you
Yeah, and it was 130 degrees. We're cooking shit.
go- Oh well, okay, yeah, okay.
But like the first time I ran First Friday on the truck, it was super funny because we were like sitting there we're slinging out some barbecue, like it was all good. And this guy was just like doing the most melancholy set of the entire. He was like, "Fuck you, stepdad," for like an hour.
Oh god.
And so he kind of memed himself. Like he became a meme inside of the truck because we were just like melancholy songs. Because you're sweating. You're sweating your ass off, and you're cooking fucking sandwiches. Like you're gonna get a little savage.
Yeah. You can.
Yeah, no. So I did. So the last one was the last First Friday, which was the June First Friday, was the first time that Vegas was like 100% open. Basically, like you could just fuck off. You're outdoors. Go have a great time. We did 850 tickets
Holy shit.
in 3 hours. It was insane.
Wow. Don't you wish you're the owner of that taco truck or whatever the fuck it is? Barbecue.
No. I used to think that I would love to like have a food truck.
No, but he must make bank for that.
Not that much.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't pay himself as much as he pays the employees because that's shitty work. Because that was the one where it was 130 in the truck.
Right.
So we're just in there just sweating dicks and slinging sandwiches.
So he's an owner that actually pays his employees reasonably well.
He pays his employees better than he pays himself.
Hey, I appreciate that. What a good guy. He's
Dude, and the food's actually pretty good. You know me, I'm a food snob.
You are, and I would like to try this food truck sometime.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good food.
When Trevor comes out someday, we keep saying this, but someday when Trevor visits,
let's just do some shameless promotion. All the Chanarant listeners, it's Monty's Smokehouse Barbecue.
perfect.
There you go.
If you're ever in Vegas and you want to try it out,
MONTIS Smokehouse BBQ. Hit it up on the Insta. Fucking there you go.
I hear the Smokehouse Barbecue was responsible for the Sandy Valley fire. That's what.
Probably not this one, but
Yeah. Oh shit. So well, congratulations on your job. Sorry, what's that, Trevor?
Is Vegas like open now? It's like
100%, dude. I was downtown last night.
We're 100%. And all the businesses now, they have the new signs where it's like, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask.
Correct. Yeah. So but they're doing that on trust. You don't have to prove it. So
You don't. Well,
I was down. I went to.
I prove it by licking doorknobs.
Right. I went to Atomic last night. I went to a couple different places. I was actually at Huntridge, but apparently not the same time you were there. I was out with Ricky. I was out with Ricky Vegas.
Us?
I don't know.
We were there for like 4 hours.
It wasn't. I didn't get there till had to be like 1 a.m. or something. But I was out with Ricky Vegas last night. But like full on, no masks, just back and it's chaos.
Which
people
Ricky,
are ready.
Rapey Ricky Vegas?
Yeah, like full on. Like Fremont Street is people are ready to party, dude. They're out in mass. Like you couldn't find parking downtown.
Dude,
it was wild.
It's blowing up here.
What's California like these days?
It's kind of like semi-open, and then we're opening 100% on Tuesday.
Oh.
So we'll kind of be in the same boat, but it's still even like the limited capacity indoors and like whatever as many people as you want outdoors is still like it's hard to get in anywhere. Like I tried to go have brunch with somebody last weekend. It was like an hour everywhere. I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
Are you guys getting a lot of like anti-vax?
Yeah, it depends on the area, but like I feel like my small bubble is like everyone still wears masks outside even though you don't really need to. But yeah, there's definitely areas. I mean, like Huntington Beach is kind of a nightmare.
I had an anonymous listener.
I was thinking more the center of the state was going to be the nightmare, but Huntington Beach even. Wow.
I had an anonymous listener that thought you and I were like anti-vax.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, you're like, well, like you guys just kind of go hard and like you just do whatever you want. I was like, yeah, because we got shots, bro. Like,
yeah, dude. I got shot as soon as I could, so I could go hard.
Yeah, like I remember that morning when I got that scoop, and I was like, dude,
the first person you told was me.
The first person I told was
second
you.
person you told was your brother who
That's
fucked it
true.
up.
Yeah, he fucked it up.
But yeah, dude, it was like, yeah, I'll take my shot so I can go the fuck out. I don't care, man.
Yeah, like
put shit in me.
I would like to be invincible. Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay with this. Like, I don't care. So my buddy Ricky Vegas is anti-vax or very
rapey Ricky.
Yeah, so we talked about it last night, which was interesting. And okay, I'm willing to discuss it intellectually. Like I get it. Like we all have our opinions. I'm not like,
hey, I'm not saying it's not your choice. I'm just saying you're an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's your choice. That's cool. You don't have to. Whatever.
You can still make, like, me respecting your choice is me respecting your decision to make a dumbass choice.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I try not to accuse people of being dumbasses just for that alone. I mean, there's other things that would create that. But, yeah. So, yeah. But for the most part, Nevada seems to be pretty...
It's a tourist economy, man.
Yeah, you have to, like, the casinos require it. Well, I think they do for employees.
Dude, did you see they brought Branson out to the? They're desperate.
They brought it. Yeah. So, Trevor, we played at the opening. Virgin bought a casino here, the old Hard Rock, and turned it into Virgin Hotel or whatever the fuck it is.
They bought a dope casino and turned it into a shite casino.
It's really not that impressive. Because we played the opening because I don't even know why. I forget why they hired us.
Hard
but we
Rock
played
used to be so cool.
Hard Rock was awesome because it's Hard Rock, but they also had good bands and whatever. They had the joint or whatever the They still have it. I don't know what it's called now, but
I know I played it. I played
played. That's right. You played inside. That's
I
right.
played it before anybody else did.
You played a very shitty version of Duncan McInnes inside the joint or whatever it's called now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, they brought Richard Branson out this just within the last week. So we played the opening. I was like, oh my God, this will be cool because Richard Branson's bound to be there. The opening of the fucking casino, right? He wasn't there.
He had better shit to do.
I'm sure he had better things to do. But they brought him out this week to open because they opened like a beach pool thing. They opened that part of the casino, I guess, or whatever, and they brought him out for that. It's like, well, why the fuck couldn't we play that? I want, what the fuck?
No,
Like the real opening.
Yeah,
you're dealing me in. Bud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were. Anyway, all right.
So the reason,
what are we talking about?
the reason that we brought our good friend Trevor on. Is because,
let's get to it.
Trevor started a fucking band.
He started another band, which I have so many questions about. We're gonna get to. This is a no pipes drums article, Trevor. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty of this shit.
I mean, I was prepared for this, you guys.
You knew this was coming.
I just want to say all my questions are just from curiosity, not from
Not from
a
your
place of
upbringing.
anger. Yeah, I don't care at all. But I'm super curious.
Dude. Okay, so let's start from zero because don't get me wrong, I believe in the message that your band represents, and we're gonna address that. But first things first, who in their right mind wants to start a fucking pipe band?
Correct.
I know.
Being the pipe major of another band, you knew better.
I know. It's like being a pipe major, but then all the other business stuff that nobody ever wants to do. Like, who wants to file like articles of incorporation or write like 20 pages of bylaws or like apply for a 501c3 and like.
Dude, you had somebody to do that for you. What were you thinking?
So you're a glutton. Let's start this off. Let's start this off with you're a glutton for punishment, right?
Well, he's a piper, so obviously.
1,000,000,000%. Yes.
He's a pipe major, which immediately means you're a glutton for punishment.
So let's start from the beginning. Where did this idea come from?
I mean, the idea of like youth education and like kind of starting up small little programs in the city was always something I was wanting to do, just from an outreach perspective. I'm a firm believer in like you need to make pipers and drummers. You can't expect them to just come to the band. Like you need to create them. And I think there's so much value in educating because then you get to craft like how do you play a D throw and like all those little things that like make such a big difference. Like creating those expectations from the get go and like not having to retrain people on things as simple as grace notes all the way down to like this is what you're supposed to do at rehearsal. Like not supposed to talk, like not supposed to, comment on this and like don't step this way, march out of the circle like this. Like I think it's always been a thing like that I wanted to kind of get more into the education piece. But, I think just like the creating of like an inclusive and diverse space has always been something also just being, I think we've talked about this before. I think maybe last year, during Pride Month. I think you guys only have me on during Pride Month.
I swear that's not intentional. Last year it was. This year it wasn't.
Hey, dickhead! You're only available in June.
I'm literally the Chanarant rainbow flag.
Like I try to get you all the time. You're only available in June.
Yeah, it's.
Trevor goes on the tour in June. He goes on the media tour in June.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, I mean, I think it's I went to a high school that had a bagpiping and drumming program. It was very, very minimal. It didn't have much structure or instruction. And otherwise I wouldn't have ever picked a bagpipe. Like none of my family is Scottish, obviously. And it was always like, when people ask me like, why aren't you piping in the pipe band? I'm like, have you seen me? Like, what about me like screams bagpipe? Like I'm a clarinetist in the marching band. And I think back to that moment and being like, if I didn't have that exposure to piping and drumming, like my life would be completely different right now. Like I would have not done and experienced and like met all the people I've met. I wouldn't be sitting here chatting with you guys if like I hadn't had that moment. And I think like creating that moment for other people is something I've always wanted to do, especially people that don't have the exposure because of their like family heritage or because of, their kind of their ethnicity. So it's like, I think that was kind of the impetus for it.
So when you're looking at the City of Angels pipe band, that's a new project, right?
Yep.
You're thinking like, hey, everybody's always thinking make more pipers and drummers because we all want other people to experience the pain and suffering.
That is the pipe
and
band.
also like the joy.
There's some joy
like,
somewhere.
Like the easiest way to make international friends for sure. So you're just like saying, hey, let's target some of these people and get them fucking put a chanter in hands, put drumsticks and a pad in hands. Is that the idea?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's, the world is getting more and more diverse every day. Like there's, it's like, let's engage those people. Like, I think gone are the days of like, oh, you're Scottish, so you should learn to play a bagpipe or drum. It's like, how about, the potential for all these other people to get
well,
into
and the idea of bagpipes being Scottish was asinine from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it makes sense, like, when you look at the history of it, but also, like, it doesn't make sense.
A lot of cultures had bagpipes. A lot of cultures have them now. Like,
yeah, like, when people ask me, are you Scottish? No, I'm not. I just like bagpipes. Like, well, how'd you get into this? Because I like the sound of bagpipes.
Like
it has nothing to do with anything related to family.
When you're playing drums, like when you're playing,
nobody
drum
asked me
set,
why.
No one's like, hey, like, what got you into, like, are you African? What got you into drums?
Yeah, nobody,
like,
nobody says that. Yeah.
That's not how it works. It's a fucking instrument.
Yeah,
like,
it's like I liked it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, why is that so tied to being Scottish?
I have no idea because Middle Eastern culture played the fuck out of some bagpipes.
Right, correct. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. But
yeah,
so,
I always make this analogy where it's like, I would love the day where we kind of look at bagpiping and drumming as like yoga or martial arts. It's like everyone does yoga, everyone does martial arts. No one is like, hey, why are you saying namaste? It's like,
yeah, are you Indian or something?
Oh, it's not even
like,
that,
no.
dude. Bagpiping in the United States is going to become like electric guitar. Like, everybody has one and plays one.
Kinda.
Some of them are really good.
Most are really bad.
like having, like, I have 2 electric guitars right there. It doesn't make me David Lee Roth, dude. Like,
David Lee Roth.
oh, that's a singer, isn't it?
Yeah. Whoa, hold on.
Doesn't make
Eddie
that,
Van Halen.
Like, my 2 guitars don't make me Zach Wilde.
There you go. Exactly. So let me. I want to ask Trevor, because I'm guaranteed this is what Jen was thinking. Couldn't you just do that with Pasadena? Why create something new? And I don't know the politics of that organization, but I imagine, like, if it were me, if I was her, and who I assume she was the president of the band, I don't know, but she was heavily involved in.
I have to imagine the politics in Southern California are more complicated.
I don't know, maybe, but Pasadena Scots were not. They were not what you're doing, right? Hold on.
Well, he took them to a win.
True, but they were very diverse anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why go off on your own? There has to be some more to that.
You're really digging in here. But,
if you don't want to talk about it, you just tell me. But I'm just super curious.
No,
we can talk off the air.
It's the only interesting question.
Because otherwise, like, why not just do it where you were doing it, and she will take care of all the bullshit.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be completely honest, like, there were a couple of conversations that happened last year that kind of left me in a weird spot, and I was like, this isn't something I'm comfortable with, and like I want to I need to think about that, like what happened, and it just doesn't. It kind of just.
You mean she wasn't happy with you winning the Worlds, or what?
No, well, you're gonna start. So Jen Fabre is kind of like, she's been busy working on McLeod.
Sure.
They have a second location opening, and the whole business of that is such a priority, obviously. And during the pandemic, actually, I talked to her yesterday. I was there, and she was like, it actually helped our business, the pandemic, because
really,
we had a lot of people ordering beer, like, throughout the pandemic when no one could get the restaurant, and when we opened.
Now that the world's opened, our Piper's Dojo link is 30% off. It's not 100% anymore.
So like, she was talking about how, like, business is kind of booming. So she hasn't been involved with the band as much. So it was nothing to do with Jen Fabre. It was just, there was just some conversations that happened amongst the leadership of the band last year that I was like, this is kind of rubbing me the wrong way. I'm not comfortable with it. And so we have a board for a reason. We have voting, we make decisions, like everyone has their right to like say what they want to say, but like if I'm not okay or I'm not aligned with that, then like I just need to deal with it, or I need to step away and do something new. So
Okay. That's
I
fair.
think that was kind of the driving force behind like, well, you've always wanted to do this education thing, like let's build that out and talk about what that could look like in a formal sense. Like let's actually put a name to it, like come up with the mission statement, think about like what schools we can engage to start these programs, and you know, the other piece, like how are we going to get money to start this whole thing, which is always fun.
Sure. Yeah.
That's the most fun part, is trying to find cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We don't do a cheap thing. We don't do a cheap hobby. It's
no, man. It's as the great Cobra once told me 17 years ago. This is an incredible money sink. You'll never make money.
You might be the
There's
only,
a few exceptions, but yeah,
You
Stuart
might
Little
be
makes
the
money
only
doing
person that it's going positive.
this. Yeah, I might have dug myself out of the hole of the first 12 years.
Like
of playing.
if expense income is your KDR on bagpiping,
Right.
you might be positive.
Yeah, I think I got a positive KDR. on
Just
this one.
barely, though.
Just barely.
fucking.
I'm just digging out of
barely.
that hole. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like I can sympathize. I didn't go to practice on Tuesday because I didn't want to.
Which is interesting because we actually had an in-person practice, which you hate the Zoom. Everybody does, right? But it was one of our first more like.
I don't hate the Zoom as much as I hate everyone in our band.
Well, so hold on, let's back up. So Trevor said some shit, which is I find interesting, which is exactly what we talk about all the time. Is educating pipers from the ground up means that you create their habits, I guess. Like when you talked about like how you walk into a circle and not talking when you're standing in the circle or whatever, like all the various
Not
details.
playing snare fills while I'm trying to call out sets.
Right. Or yeah, there's that. And then there's like the people that like comment. There's always there's the chirpers, you know, it's like, well, I think we should do like nobody cares what you think, bro. Like shut the fuck up. Right. Like creating that culture, if you want to call it culture of discipline, maybe it's a discipline of the circle discipline, if you will. Which is so hard when you inherit a band because people have their habits of like, you know, there's the old school guys that have been playing for a while that love to tell you what they think when nobody gives a fuck. Like I thought about this the other day because
I'm interested.
my
in
old
this.
pipe sergeant. I was
I'm
chatting with
interested
him.
because you inherited a band, but now your band's not inherited. Now your band is your band.
It's completely new people. It's
Yeah.
like it's turned over so many times. It's totally different. But in a way that's worked. I think about this all the fucking time, dude. Like, because the band is all new people and they have a certain discipline. They definitely do.
Is this what you do with your screaming pillow?
Oh yes, It's just screaming into the pillow, right?
Trevor, do you have a screaming pillow?
well, which one? I have a few. So
A pipe band
one every
specific
day.
one.
Yeah.
But like the culture we have, all the people are pretty well disciplined. They know what I expect. But I
know
also
where-
wonder like where
I figured out
is
where this is going.
has the fun gone away? Because when Danny was in charge, I remember thinking back when I was like a student under our old pipe major. Like we used to do like parades, we used to do all kinds of stuff, and like, but like to me, like that was a colossal waste of time. But
Well, we were working our ass off for practice.
what do you mean?
Like we were doing a lot of gigs for practice.
Like we're practicing at the gig, if you will.
Yeah.
Maybe, but like that to me, that like that's so inefficient. Like I hate that.
I'm not saying
I don't know if it's right or wrong, or I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'm not
because
saying you're wrong. I'm also not saying you're right.
do we have less fun now because of my strong stance of efficiency? You know what I mean? I don't know. Because Trevor seems
so.
like. What do you
I
think?
feel like there's a difference between fun and a sense of like, so I think that fun like happens afterwards. Like it's like, hey, let's go get a beer after we play, or like let's go to beer after the gig or whatever. Like we play a contest. Like,
That's how
so
I
we-
am.
Yeah, me too.
like that's the fun. And I think that the other piece that people and then maybe this is just me and people I've had experiences with is like in the circle or at rehearsal or at a contest, it's like the thing you gain from like the discipline is like the sense of fulfillment and like, hey, we're all on the same page in terms of like how we're treating this moment and like we're respecting each other's time and like because of that, the sound coming back into our ears is awesome. And so like that's the reward. It's not like the fun of like messing around during the circle. Like I think that there's always a time for that afterward.
The thing for me has always been, I like to make good music and then go get into trouble.
Right.
Like let's do some good music and then go fuck off and get into trouble.
And I 100% agree. We're all on the same page here. But are we the exception?
Well, we're not, because we haven't won
Maybe.
any worlds.
True. Well,
Trevor might be the exception.
but what I mean is our mindset is, but like it worked for him, but he's also has a bigger pool of people to work from, where we're dealing with a much smaller pool.
He's also, and I don't want you to take this personally, he's an incredibly charismatic leader.
We're assuming that. I've never seen him.
You never been to
He wouldn't be on this screen right now if he wasn't.
No, I get it. Like he must be, but I've never witnessed it specifically. I mean, I've played with Trevor, but like never not in like him as a leader role. So I mean, I assume so, but I don't know that.
The most important question is: do I get a new 4-pack carrier that says City of Angels Pipe Band, or do I have to keep my Pasadena one?
The 4-pack carrier was one of the greatest marketing things of all time.
I love that.
Those are really awesome.
I love that fucking thing.
Figure all the merch stuff out. That's like one of my favorite parts. That's not piping or drum related. Is like all.
So we got a little bit of time left.
I have more questions.
Oh, so do I.
Okay.
You have a hard out too, right? So you're good. Trevor, I am interested. Would you not shit your pants? I'm interested in like this whole kind of campaign that's been launched for the City of Angels Pipe Band, which is incredibly inclusive. You guys did it during Pride Month. It's very like LGBTQ friendly. Plus also. Did you
all the letters?
Like? Did you feel like there wasn't a space?
No, I mean I think, and that's the thing. I think that every band that I've been around has been awesome. Like I think it's like, it welcomes everybody, super inviting. Like it's like you're part of the family. Like it's great. I think the difference here and the nuanced like approach is like how are we creating a space where that is like at the forefront and it's like a pillar of the organization from the get-go, to say like if you are part of these communities that like isn't always the forefront of like what people think of when you're thinking of pipe band or bagpiping and drumming, like this is a safe space for you where like the things that you may have experienced in other bands like isn't a thing. It's like we're just we're in this space now of like gender identity is a big thing. It's like people we're all like introducing ourselves with, hey, my name is so and so and these are my pronouns. Like those things may seem like silly to some people, but like there have been people that have just been completely like bulldozed over. It's like, no, I'll just call you whatever I want, and it's like that's cool, but like this is a space where it's like we want to be sure we see you and like we hear you, and that like I think that and knowing that the organization like has that stance and has that that like commitment to being respectful of those people, like it makes the music better. It's like if you can bring your whole self to the table and not worry about like if someone's gonna kind of like say this about me or like think that I'm like less of a human being or judge me behind my back, like I don't think you can really like, if you have to check part of your identity at the door, the music's going to suffer because you're going to be preoccupied with thinking about all this other shit that you shouldn't need to think about. Like I want people to be like, this is a safe place. Like I've learned a great deal. Like we're teaching, people in the band are going to be doing these teaching programs. Like it's not just going to be me and Leilani, who's the leading drummer, but it's like it gives them an opportunity to also like spread the wealth, so to speak, like to people in their communities. Like we're going to set up these programs like close to where our membership lives. So yeah, I mean I think all that said, it's like it's not to say like other bands have been like, you can't play in this band because you're XYZ. Like I don't think that's ever been a thing, and I hope that's never been a thing for people.
I honestly, and don't get me wrong, this comes from a straight cis white male, like, but the thing for me is, I think that when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, we talk about this all the time on this show. The pipe band community is the best community to be in. Sometimes it can be shitty,
but for the most part, yeah.
Like I'm always like just thinking, because dude, remember what a weird little fucking kid I was.
Oh, do I ever? He was never a little kid, but
like in my opinion, because I'm basing everything off of my life experience, like everybody needs a little bit of pipe band.
Totally.
Everybody. And most importantly, pipe bands, honestly, are societally the most accepting groups.
I think generally, I mean, I don't know. I hate to. I mean, like I agree.
Well, I mean, maybe
it's hard to say because I'm not part of other groups, so I don't know. If
we might be biased just because we're West Coast
we're in
too. Yeah.
I wonder if like the Northeast United States, being older and more traditional, is
just
that way. I mean, maybe it is. I have no.
Just don't do
clue.
service bands, kids.
Yeah, just stay away from service bands. Other than that, you're fine.
Listen. little LGBTQ kids, pick up channers, not drumsticks.
Yeah, fuck the drums.
And
they need drummers too, I guess.
And join bands that are West Coast. I don't know if the East Coast is. It was just never a thing that I really fully realized because I didn't get to experience it because I'm super boring.
Well, so we discuss this with Angel a lot. Like when I'm just a straight white guy who probably looks reasonably Scottish or Irish or whatever, so like people don't question me in this thing that we do. But I'm sure Angel does. Like I think about that sometimes when I send Angel to a gig. Like, are they gonna like look at him funny because he's not? He's
been shit on. Like,
I don't. He probably has told us this, and every time we do the show, I'm drunk, so I never remember. But like it makes me think. Like, I wonder if like he gets looked at sideways, or does he feel it in any way? And maybe Trevor. I'm sure we've talked to Trevor about this. But
he talked about it. He talked about it because of his hair. He dyes his hair.
Right, but like it has. Does it really? Although we get hired because Scottish people hire pipers or people that associate themselves to Scottish history or
American people who think they're Scottish hire pipers.
Yeah, but I mean, I get hired for plenty of weddings from people from Scotland who come over to Vegas to get married. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
there's
the biggest,
still that.
I think the biggest thing is a shift.
I don't get hired from French people. You know what I mean?
I think the biggest thing, and this is something that we talked about when we talked to female pipers too. Like the biggest shift is like, dude, if the music's good.
Obviously, it doesn't matter, but like
their initial people hire the look.
They do, and then,
I mean, we get casting calls because we're in LA, where it's like white male between 40 and 60, like looks a certain way.
They're gonna dub the pipes anyway.
Yeah, and like that's cool. Like whatever you want to do with your commercial or your movie or TV show, like that's totally up to you. And I'm sure it's a creative decision that has been made way above like the casting director's head, but totally, I think there's all those little experiences, and I really liked like Owen from SFU did an interview with Andrew Bertoff of Pipe Drums that was it was the same thing where it's like no one's being outwardly like an asshole. Like I think that's like everyone's like the pipe band community, like you said, is one of the best places and groups of people, and like we have a sense of camaraderie, and if you go to the Worlds, you can like talk to anybody and they know exactly what you're going through and like what you do and your craft and how much you get out of it and like how much work it is and all that, which is awesome. But it's like, I think Owen also talked about like this, like just small little comments like that are just like weird, you get all the time. And I'm sure Angel's had those, like, I've got them. It's always like I remember I got hired for a gig in Valencia, which is, I don't know if you know, Southern California.
Orange County.
I don't. But
Valencia is like actually like near Magic Mountain, and it's not the most diverse place. And I went there and I doorbell. I had my pipes in my hand, and I just got like a look up and down, and I'm like, "Hi," and they were like just completely bamboozled, and I'm like, "So you hired a bagpiper?" Like, and they're like, "Oh, you're the bagpiper," and I'm like, "Yep," and they're like, okay, well, I guess I'm in, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, so that
just that slight hesitation, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the backyard playing, and like this one of the guests was like, "Hey, can you actually play that thing?" Because I like hadn't played yet, and I'm like, "No, like I can't. I'm just a prop sitting here with this instrument." And then like it's like, "You don't really look Scottish." I'm like, "You're right, I'm not, but thank you." Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's such a
We
weird.
got some comments that I'd
I'm
like to
s-
read out.
I'm seeing them. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This episode of the Chanarant Podcast is brought to you by MacLellan Bagpipes, proudly made in North America by artesian bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust, Scotland. At MacLellan Bagpipes, they don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of the best-sounding and most beautiful-looking bagpipes in the world since their beginning in 1988. Over the years, MacLellan Bagpipes has established a solid reputation for rich, warm, and stable tone, created with incredible craftsmanship and instruments of heirloom quality and unparalleled beauty. Head to BespokeBagpipes.com to learn more about their innovations like the new Elevation Chanter, which features a lower-pitched richness inspired by the classic top hand of older chanters and sustainable solutions like the Revelation Bagpipe, a Delrin instrument featuring bores lined with a cellulose polymer sleeve giving you the structural benefits of a Delrin instrument while maintaining a refined wood-like sound. Check out MacLellan Bagpipes' diverse line of instruments and learn more about their restoration work on vintage bagpipes by visiting their website at BespokeBagpipes.com. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA. Oh, God.
You want me to read them? Can you see straight?
So we had, it's interesting thing about that because I've heard plenty of ugly stories about pipe band drama with difficult personalities. As far as being inclusive and accepting, I've only heard about some sexism by female pipers, sexism towards female pipers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah. You fixed yourself, Rod. Ingrid Nam, I got a gig request and tried to pass it to a grade 1 female piper, and the gig asked for a dude, preferably with a beard.
I get that comment. Like, I show up to a thing and they say to me, "You're exactly what I expected to see." And it's not intentional, obviously, but I am that.
Well, that's also why, like,
I am
it's-
what they're
not even that.
thinking
They
about.
expect to have someone with a fucking drum major
Well, they want
hat
that big
and the
stupid hat
whole
too. Yeah.
thing, you know?
I do
Like,
get asked for that, but
here's why I'm so excited to have Trevor.
watch out, Trevor. Here we go.
I'm at half mast. No, I'm just kidding. No. The reason I like to have Trevor is because, like, I feel like West Coast bands are going to get it before everybody else does.
When you say get it, what do you mean?
That it's an instrument you can just take to heart, and you don't have to go to Scotland, and you don't have to fucking do all this shit. You can literally just play the instrument well.
Except the Worlds are in Scotland every year.
Well, what they call the worlds.
Right, I know. I was being a dick.
What Glasgow calls the worlds
Correct.
is in Scotland.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like, honestly, there's so much, and it's such a great community to get into. I mean, don't get me wrong, we still have our malcontents. Usually us, but
Yeah.
we also have, like, racists and sexists and homophobes. You and I,
Are you describing Graham?
No, yeah, well, yes,
All of those things?
like you and I, if we became the lowest level malcontent in the pipe band community, I'd be okay with that because we're pretty fucking accepting.
Yeah, we're assholes, but we're super accepting. Like, I could care
Oh,
less.
I'm still gonna give you shit,
Yeah.
100%. But
But this is what I'm curious about, though. And Trevor, you alluded to this earlier. Like, you've never basically said that you've never really seen other bands be exclusive, but you're making a point of being really, really inclusive, right?
yeah, I think it's like, we do this in my job, which I apologize now for the analogy, but like it's a corporate one where it's like, oh, like people should have a seat at the table. It's like, yeah, like people, I think, like if you think of the pipe band as like it's this table, like people come and have a seat at it, and we allow them to sit there, and that's great. Like what we're doing.
Speaking of your job, can you spoil who won Top Chef?
Oh, I can't. I'll get fired. I'll have to pack my knives and go if I do that.
I think you're doing the goddamn Lord's work, dude. The Dark Lord.
What, reality TV, you mean?
No, just like including everyone.
Well, so
Piping is made better.
I agree because
Piping is made better by diversity.
Piping is made better by allowing is the wrong word, by encouraging everybody to participate, because the bigger pool you have to draw from, the better off everybody is.
It's so much more fun.
And I mean, I think we all see this. Like, I mean, I don't know how much exposure you have to the Glendora High School band, but like that is a amazing program. Like, they have people from all walks of life coming in through high school because it's high school. It's like it's a public school.
Right.
You have all these people, and like many amazing players have come out of that. And it's like, it's kind of what I wished was at my high school in Granada Hills, like when I was a kid, because it's like you really like Jen DeBar is an amazing pillar of that organization, like bringing in people like Jack Lee, Bruce Gandy, like to do workshops with these high school kids that are just learning what bagpipes are, and then they're like getting to learn from the top people.
Can you imagine, Trevor? Can you imagine what it would have been like when we started? Like I don't know how old you were, but I was an adult. I was like 24 years old. Like if I had started as a kid and I like
started playing
with him, or
him.
Yeah, but how old are you? You're like 10 years younger than me.
He's
right?
my age.
Oh, really? You're like 30ish?
35, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's like 10 years younger than me. So, like, can you imagine learning like from like a Jack Lee type when you were 15?
Dude, I still
what the fuck?
I still remember the Pipe Major telling me to dip my reed in like lemon oil. All right, like it was fucking wild.
Whoa, who told you that?
That was Danny.
Oh,
wow.
Jesus Christ! You ever get that dip your reed in
the
whiskey?
The worst idea ever.
Although Seamus does put lemon oil on his reed, but he doesn't dip it. He like, I don't know if he still does, but he used to have us put lemon oil on our reed.
I just perform cunnilingus on a lemon and then lick my reed.
But seriously, like, oh my god! Imagine.
Hey, I got him finally.
He broke.
I finally got Trevor to break, dude. That took an hour.
Like he's super serious all the time, man. You can't get Trevor.
It was a very compelling visual, I have to say.
Oh my god. But yeah,
dude, I mean, here's the thing. I have nothing but support for the City of Angels pipe band because the community can only get better by being bigger. Like, and the pipe band community is the coolest fucking community.
Well, except our band.
Well, not our band, yeah. But like worldwide.
We have some cool people. It's just, here's the thing, Trevor. Here's the problem with our band, and I'll tell you exactly what the problem is. They want to have fun in band. They don't want to have fun after the fact. And so the only people who ever do anything after the fact are Josh and me. Josh and I.
There you
whatever
go.
the fuck.
Nailed it. I was waiting for the correction.
And maybe every once in a while somebody else will hang out with us, but it's so incredibly rare.
You got to develop the FOMO. You got to get like most people on board, and then be like, "Well, you're not going to come. Like, you're not going to have like one beer with us afterwards." And it's like, "All right, well, I guess we'll see you next time."
Yeah, you're right. That's what we got to do. Because
how many times have I told you this?
People like go to practice. They're miserable because we're efficient. Well, not that many people go to practice, but but then they go home and they don't, like, nobody hangs out. Like, 15 years ago, whatever it was, but people used to hang out.
It's also the one thing that you said you would not do.
Which was what? Sorry.
Which is become a charismatic leader.
I never said that.
You're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. People should be self-motivated to fucking do band stuff.
I do agree that people need to find ways to motivate themselves, 100%. Motivation comes from within, my friend.
I can tell you from experience that if you need an army, their motivation doesn't all suddenly come from them being super stoked on whatever the objective is.
Well, in modern army, they get paid to do a job, if that's what you're talking about. But you're missing motivation versus inspiration. That's a whole different fucking argument. So I don't want to go down it. We don't have time to go down that rabbit hole. So
that's for next June.
Next June, next Pride Month when Trevor's on.
Let's end this with something saleable.
Okay.
Trevor.
Yeah.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh wow. Okay.
He's got people he knows.
Scott McDonald.
Is the lemon in this? Is the lemon in this at all?
So you get marry, fuck, kill. Scott, Colin and a lemon.
Oh my god.
We didn't even get into the whole Ellie Scott's thing.
Wow. You know what? I think I'd have to marry the lemon.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. And I would have to. God. Well, I'd have to kill Scott, and then we all know we can deduce.
Everybody wants to F Colin.
Yeah, we fuck Colin.
F Mary
I
Kill.
mean,
If only to see his eyeliner run down his cheeks.
Oh, I
really
don't.
difficult choices.
Should we go into detail?
He's gonna be so mad at me because he got really pissed that I keep making eyeliner jokes.
Yeah, he does not like the eyeliner jokes, but I don't think he listens anymore, so we'll be okay.
All right. So you get to pick first. Fusco.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, this is such an honor. Okay, so, God, I was unprepared for this, but I'm gonna do it. How about Richard Parks?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of people that you know and I know that like it's gonna be, it's gonna make sense for.
I also like how Marry Fuck Kill became our like big grabs. What's your favorite cheese?
It's way more interesting than what's your favorite
Okay,
cheese.
so Andrew Douglas,
Ooh, now we're getting interesting.
Okay.
and then how about we throw in, gosh, let's throw in Terry Lee. How about that?
Oh, okay. That's a send. So
That is a good one, 'cause this is
for
hard.
the audience, your Marry Fuck Kill is Richard Parks, Andrew Douglas, Terry Lee.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's really hard. All right, so I'm gonna F Richard Parks because I want inspiration by injection or whatever.
Cool. That'll change your low G forever.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The rest of this is easy.
All right, hold on. Let me change this up. Because Andrew is a significant part of my income. But
no matter what, he cannot die. Speaking of which, this episode
brought to you by the Piper's Dojo.
Piper's Dojo. Chanarain.com/suckless.
Oh, my God. All right. We got to kill Andrew for sure.
Oh, no.
Carl will take care of me. I'll be fine.
Okay, so you won't go broke.
Carl will hire me, I'm sure. I might have to... Jesus Christ. Terry Lee has got that beautiful gray hair like Jack does.
Who do you think has the softer beat?
I think Richard's more... I mean, technically, Richard's more successful, so I got to marry him and figure out his secrets, so I got to F Terry Lee,
Okay.
right?
So
And then kill Andrew.
Kill Andrew.
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay, so fuck Terry, kill Andrew. Or no. You said,
I said
marry
marry
Richard.
Yeah, I had to change
Marry
that up.
Richard Parks, fuck Terry, and kill Andrew.
So when we have Richard on eventually, I'll tell him that I chose to marry him.
You'll tell him that you married him. So I picked his, he picked yours, so you get to pick mine.
All right, so here we go. You ready? F, marry, kill. Kelly Sheehan,
Okay.
your girlfriend. I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name on the air. Is she not
You can
secret
say her,
anymore?
you
Courtney.
can say her name now.
Courtney, and your mother.
Oh God, that's easy. Marry Court, kill my mother. Fuck Sheehan. That's gonna be 3 seconds.
He's killing his mother, people. I knew that's where this was go, but I can't wait for the aftermath of his mother hearing this.
Yeah, that was. You should give me a hard one.
It's the hard part is going to be you dealing with the aftermath of this, when
Dude.
this is found out.
I'm great at split second decisions. That's,
Oh my God! All right, so one more. I have one more F, marry, kill.
all right, we gotta go fast because
All
he's
right,
got
this
a
is
hard
fast.
out.
This is fast. So, L.A. Scots, Pasadena Scots,
City of Angels.
City of Angels Pipe Band.
Is this for me or for you guys?
No, this
for
is for
you.
you.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to kill the LA Scott. And,
This is my fucking,
Next June, we're gonna find out why.
This is my fucking surprise face.
I mean, I love them, but I gotta kill them, and then I'm going to F the Pasadena Scots, and then I'm going to marry the City of Angels pipe band.
Of course.
Boy, Trevor, we got to wrap this show up because I know you have a heart at it too. Anywhere that our listeners, followers, live streamers could check out your new band
And find out more about what you're doing over in the City of Angels.
Absolutely, yeah. CityofAngelsPipeBand.com, and then from there you can link to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So
just do like the Instagram and the Facebook and the YouTube, guys. TikTok is going. That's not going to go well.
You think so? It's going the wrong way. The kids are all on the TikToks, man.
Yeah, that's gonna get subpoenaed soon.
He's trying to get the kids. It's all about the TikToks.
But Trevor, I gotta say, for the official audio recording, it was an absolute fucking pleasure. I'm sorry we had to push you, but yeah, it was, I just miss your face, man. I can't wait to see it again.
We should have him on not in Pride Month because it seems really. Is it really obvious that we?
No, we talked about this because.
He was supposed to be on in May, right?
Yeah, like we talked about this because he's like, it's gonna be on Pride Month. I was like, motherfucker, you're only available in June. This is the busiest son of a bitch on the planet.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
He's a very busy man.
We gotta have Trevor out to do a clinic with our band that nobody shows up to, and just as an excuse to have him out.
I will have him out happily as long as I don't have to show up.
Yeah, you and I don't have to be there. He has to be there.
I should just show up to rehearsal and it'd be like, you know what? I'm taking over for today, so sit in your chair and we're gonna fucking get some work done.
I would love to witness this because
you better get used to teaching people green hills.
Oh my gosh!
Because apparently they don't remember that from a year ago.
Trevor, I'm gonna leave it with you, man. You got any final thoughts?
No, I'm just super excited about the band. I hope people stay tuned for updates as we kind of build it up this year, and we hope to hit the field at the start of 2022.
Y'all taking guest pipers? Because I'm freelancing.
Yeah.
They don't take straight white males. That's the thing.
I can suck a dick.
Beer Boy Brad told me you can. He was very clear on that.
I just want to play good music. I don't care what it takes.
Have you guys picked a kilt yet? I actually haven't seen that.
No. That's priority number one right now.
Interesting.
For myself,
you got to raise money for that, or you're gonna make people buy their own kilts.
Oh no, yeah, we're gonna raise money for it.
Okay,
it's gonna be great.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see how fabulous this kilt is.
I'll come out and bring that sweet MacLellan Bagpipe sponsorship with me.
There you go. It's so lucrative. Let me tell you. Do you guys know what channers you're playing yet?
All right,
that's a great question.
More importantly,
no way, I want to know.
Hard out at 2.
Cliffhanger. What channel is he playing? Hang up.